Hey guys, this is going to be my third video on the lesson I took with the pro, where you guys bought me a birthday present and that was all great. And it seems to be working out that each board position I asked him about, and I had various questions, it seems to be turning into a nice 20-minute video. So it's working out, and we'll see how it goes on this one, which I think is number 3, even though it says number 4. We'll see what it says in the actual thing. But anyway, here we go. Okay. Regular opening. That's not entirely great, but we keep going. Okay. For black. Someone had told me that C's not so good for black. Here. And I could not understand it because it seems perfect to me. Not in this board position, but as a Joseki in general, it settles. And I was going to ask him, is it because of some variation here? Or he says, no, it's Joseki. Okay, great. So I was right. It's Joseki. And I said, but there's also A, but I find myself concerned with the peep. Okay, so let's talk this through. This black move is growing the top, while this black move settles the top, making it small. So black A is a low settled group, doesn't need any more stones. So black is disinterested in playing again on top. So it makes the top small. While this one, A, grows, and that black group would enjoy another move. It's so in this situation, this is the one. If A was a white stone, we choose the other one. Okay. So all's good so far. I went this way, but there's something here I wanted us to see. Oh, I asked him about the peep. So this is a little tricky in my mind. We'll see if it is in yours. He says, well, you save and come up. That's your defense move, right? Now I come to him with, well, I played A in order to develop the top. But what you're telling me is white gets the top. So I'm like, could you explain that to me? He says, well, white's top is almost no points, right? 4 or 5 points. It's nothing to write home about. You didn't get the top, but A, in combination with B, makes white's entire right side small. So you did end up with a good working group. You just didn't get the top. And you got Sente. So AB destroying the left, making a white group that can be pressured, and Sente, well worth the effort. And that made sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you. Okay, then he was saying this might be a good next move. Okay, let's see what else we did here. Oh, he was explaining that the idea that white might play this way, not that white gets anything, but reduces black on top, black on the right. He was saying that A is sort of like B. Both of them don't end up getting any points, but end up doing a lot of good work. Okay, so that was that one. And what do we have here? We looked at that. And we looked at that. Okay, so we get to go to the next one. Oh, another thing he said, between A and C. He says, they're nearly identical in value. It's more like how the game proceeds. Black A gives white something he has to negate right away, so black's in control. While black C is complete gote, and white can go do whatever he wants. He continued with, he says, if you're 3 down, you can play C, no problem at all. He says, even up to 5 down. He says, even me as a low, he's a 1 down pro, I might be able to play C. I mean, the difference is small, 1 point tops kind of thing. But it's more like how the game proceeds. Is the game easier for black? Who's getting more in control? Okay, so that was interesting to me. So here, we just said that A makes the top small. Therefore, the normal Joseki, we usually settle this way. We don't want to play on top because that's a small area. Instead, if we pinch, not only are we playing on the right side of the board, but we're also sort of closing the skirt of the A group. That is to say, now if white comes in somewhere around B, it's difficult. So we have effectively closed the skirt, at least in part. Again, I hope that made some sense. So I pinch. I'm kind of hearing someone asking a question. Just in my head, I see someone go, well, what about? Okay. Doesn't this close the skirt better? Well, does it do the job of closing the skirt at A? No. Does it do less of a job as a pinch? Yeah. So it doesn't do the work of A, and it does a less job on pinching B. So it's less of a move. Let's bring it in here. Well, now you're hardly pinching at all, and there's still room to come in. Okay, why don't we just close the skirt? Well, the corner's still open, and white can just have a living group. So the answer is, this is the only real pinch that's meaningful. Okay, onward. And as I mentioned in the other videos, these ideas, he told me the ideas. The next day when he sends me the recording, I'm going through and go, oh, that's right. And I'm reviewing them and I'm writing it down. Then I do the video. So the ideas are kind of new and raw to me. So they're coming across a bit disjointed. Now, I don't consider that a negative. It's like, oh, you're kind of seeing more of my raw thoughts and feelings on it. Okay, here we go. Regular stuff. Here, I know that AI says, oh, play A little bit better. And that's what I've heard across the board. A is a little bit better. Then I heard a well-known professional say, yeah, A's a little bit better, but I'm more comfortable with B. There's no problem. It's perfectly fine. So I've gone from A, I've started playing B. Now, this pro says A is simply better. And he showed me why. Okay. So black, white comes out. Black does whatever Sente black wants to do. When white comes up, it's gote. He says that's the whole reason why coming under is better, because you get Sente to go do whatever you want. If black cuts, you're forming a group. You're getting your group settled naturally. So white's alive group picked up 6 points. Whoopee. Black's questionable group picked up thickness and life. So white doesn't want to do that, perhaps until some other time, and then black may get there first anyway. So I liked that. It was a clear reasoning as to why it's better. Now, with that knowledge, I've seen professionals play this way as a means of trying to, somehow get something out of it. Okay, but we're saying that's just better. I went this way, not knowing that. He comes out. And now we have a question in this position. We see this a lot, where black has this gap, and there's two ways of hurting the gap. One is this way, Sente. Now we can see black gains something on the right. Not particularly a lot right now. You can add to it though, things like that. And the other one is if black plays here, the next move black can play here. Very powerful move. So black has two ways of punishing white's little weakness there. Now my group on top has no desire to play B. It's self-sufficient. Oh, I'm going to take a self-sufficient little group and add 4 points to it. No, just a waste of time. Since I know I want A, how about if I play A now? And he says, yeah, you can do that. Since you know you don't want the other way, you can do it now. He says, but, and this is something that came up a lot in my time with him. And it's something I know, but I've lost the habit since I don't play, strong players much anymore. I've lost the habit. And the habit is, does it bother you if white plays here? No. White's building the top. The top is nothing. Just, you're getting a great right side, and white got what? Nothing. So white doesn't want to play it, so there's no rush. You can use it as a co-threat later. It's a good co-threat. Why would you waste a co-threat? Okay. This came up so many times in our lesson where it's like, he doesn't want to play it. You don't need to. You can wait on it. Good. Okay. Going forward, I went in and pressed, and I went here. He had no problem with that. Was there anything else on this board? We're on 31. Yes, there was. Okay. Okay. White now has a wall and can start building a nice moyo. So I'm thinking, well, I can approach and then reduce. Well, I don't really like that because I haven't done a lot here. And, well, I could go again and then reduce. Well, there's still a lot of aji in here. It's not very clean. And he's getting, he can get a lot over here. So, but the proverb says, if you want to invade, approach first. So I thought, is there something here? And he goes, no. You don't want these points. And he did this a lot. When you want points, when you don't want points. And that was a perspective I'm not used to. Okay. So I said, well, C does the job straight off. He says, yeah, you're right. This way. So black has a group that's going to survive and has taken away white's moyo. Says, yeah, that works. But you're missing the main point, which is black also has a moyo. So let's look at it this way. Now, we don't play this move because it's not necessary. Don't touch stones when it's not necessary. Now, I know that. But when he said it, he said it with emotional content that surprised me. Oh, don't touch the stones unless you have to. It's like, because it makes them stronger. Oh, we don't want him to have stronger stones. And it meant something to him emotionally. And to me, it's just like, oh, you don't touch weak stones, makes them stronger. It's like, oh, you don't make them stronger. Yeah. But it does show the idea. Boom, boom, boom. And we see that black is building a moil on the right, and white's moil is not nearly as big as black's moil. Okay, so since our moil is bigger, we're looking at this idea, and we're building quite a bit more than he is, and we're flattening him hard. Then he says, well, actually, why not just play here and give him some points, and you're getting an even bigger and stronger moil. He says this one's probably best. So the point of this was, I'm struggling, well, which one's best here? Which one's best here? And I didn't see the forest, right? I'm looking at the trees. I didn't see the forest. It's like, oh, I have a moyo too. I build mine, reducing his. It's like, that's simple. Well, when I'm trying to think hard, it's like, okay, which one's best? Which one's best? It got me off track. So D seems to be the best one here. Okay. And I think that's as far as we talked in this one. Yeah, I built. I love this move. I just go to the center and I got good points and reduced him and won the game. But the other way was better. Okay, I think that's it for this video. Anything else? I don't think so. Okay, good. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye.